So I learnt something new the other day. I had a phone call from the allotments officer because, as you may or may not know, I am now the site rep for this site. So I've been learning about my responsibilities, what I need to do. I've got a map of, and a, don't know if it's taken from Google Maps, of all the different plots with the numbers, and so I know who's got who and which ones are vacant. So I need to start phoning up people on the waiting list, starting at the people that have been waiting the longest, and see whether they would like to take on the plot. But when I agreed to be site rep, I was thinking, well, I might get a slight reduction in my rent, if I'm lucky. What I didn't realise is for my size of plot, it means I get it rent free. So I'm going to have to be paying any money towards it, but I've got to put the work in other ways. But I'm fine with that. I'll give it a go. I told the lady I want to be the site rep just to be able to get the other plots let, and so there's a growing community here. So I've got to get organised with that and start contacting people. But yeah, I had no idea when I took on the responsibility that it meant I would not have to pay any rent this October. Yeah, my payment's going to be in time instead. So yeah, it should be good. I think there's a meeting I can go to in October for all the site reps for Bristol. That should be interesting. But I'd like to get a bit of community on this site. And the lady said they might be opening up the horse field and reopening that up as more plots, but some fencing has to be done first, so we'll see how long that takes, because they wanted it done. They're talking about it last Christmas and it didn't get done this year, so we'll see if it gets done next year. But yeah, you learn something new every day. Now I think what I'm going to do in here is cut back most stuff. I'm not going to rip it all out, but well, if I've picked all the tomatoes, I'll take it out. But if there's a few green ones, I will risk leaving them. But that's only going to be a bit left in there. Once I've ripped out in here, then I will rip out those. So this is what I've cut off. And there is just a little bit left in here. We'll see if the rest of these tomatoes can ripen. And one of my 2 melons rotted, so I have one left, but it's not soft yet. So I'll have to be patient and hope that I get one. So I found this caterpillar on the tomato foliage. I don't know what it is, but I don't want it around. I think that'll get relocated to another plant somewhere else. Yeah, time to pick it up with a stick. Come on, go on the stick. No, you're not going to go on a stick, are you? So here it is. Gonna go for a little flying lesson next door. Well, there's nobody next door at the moment, so I can do that. Obviously, if there was a tenant on that plot, I wouldn't do that. But considering there's not, that'll do. So that's all the foliage that's on there. And I'll put that in the compost after a few days. So a lot of people say don't put it in the compost. You don't want blight developing the next year. But blight needs living foliage to infect. So it shouldn't survive in a compost heap. And I know Charles Dowding, yeah, I think that's his name. He chucks his blight stuff in the compost. And if it works for him, why not? So I've just chucked it in. I don't think it's to do with it staying in the soil. I think it's all to do with our great British weather and how much rain and kind of muggy moisture we get. So yeah, I'll let that die back a bit more and then it will go in the compost. Look, I got green fingers. That's what you get for dealing with the tomatoes. So I noticed that I'm on my 300th video. That's a lot. Especially the last, year and a bit. I've managed to generally put 2 out a week. I'm not sure I'll be able to continue that, but we'll see how it goes. I think there should be at least 1 a week. It all depends on what time I have, but I try not to make them too long. I think no more than 10 minutes is fine. I don't want to get people getting bored and switching off. And sometimes you feel like you need to just package just a certain subject in a vlog. So sometimes it's easier to split them up than to have too much in one episode. Well, I'm gradually getting there with the plot, gradually getting there with the garden. But it's constant work. But I do enjoy it. So I'm grateful for those people that watch and for the subscribers I have. Because the channel's not grown lots recently, but that's fine. At least there's some people that like to watch what I'm doing in my garden and on my plot. I don't think I'll ever be one of those massive channels. As long as I just very slowly grow, that'll do. So I appreciate everybody that watches and comments. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.